eye to eye. There's nothing I know about this. Nothing.
This is 17-year-old Javari Tapley, who murdered his cousin Caleb Short. However, he didn't stop there. He also killed Caleb's mother, Gloria Short, and his 10-year-old niece, Giana. But why would he kill his own family? This discovery was made on January 4th, 2016, when Caleb's father, Robert Short, came home from work and was met with a horrifying scene. His entire family was lying dead in a pool of blood.
Please send someone, please. I want to kill my family.
Someone killed your family?
Somebody killed my came home, my family is dead.
The moment Robert Short walked into that blood-soaked home, his world shattered. Can you imagine the agony of finding your entire family gone? It's not just a crime, it's a betrayal of everything family stands for. Javari was their cousin, their summer companion. How does love turn to this? The 911 call's raw pain sticks with you, demanding we ask, what drove a 17-year-old to such darkness? Let's dive into the interrogation to see if justice can even begin to heal this wound.
Call. Officers arrived at the scene only to witness that the house had become a place of horror. But despite the grim circumstances, the officers pushed forward and interviewed a heartbroken Robert.
So I went in. My wife was laying in the hallway, face down. And stuff was scattered everywhere. And I checked the pulse and no pulse.
Now, when you say you check the pulse, where do you check a pulse at? Carotid order.
And I saw my granddaughter laying in the living room, face up, and I checked her pulse, and she was cold. And I started running through the house looking for my son, calling his name. He went in his room. So I ran back out into my room and found him in my bedroom closet, tied up.
Take your time.
I didn't check the house no further than I came back out and then went back in and checked him again.
So you say you came back out?
I came back out to my wife and then went back and checked on him and I couldn't get him to wake up. Then I started trying to call 911. I haven't taken a couple of minutes to call 911 because I was also...
Now, with your son, did you check his pulse also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Robert's trembling voice as he describes his wife and granddaughter's lifeless bodies. It's haunting. No one should endure that. The scattered house, the cold pulses, it paints a scene of chaos and loss. Legally, this is where the case begins. No witnesses, no CCTV, just a devastated father. The police had to lean on instinct, digging into Caleb's contacts. It's chilling to think Javari, a cousin, was the last call. How could someone so close hide such evil? Let's see how he faces the detective's questions.
They brought in Javari as their primary suspect, since he was the last one to call Caleb.
First of all, I want to thank you, for, coming down, cooperating with us and, willing to help us with what's been going on. We just want to try to, meet with some of the family members, just want to just see what information that they have or anything that they do. Tell me about Caleb. Who is he to you, first of all?
My cousin.
What type of kid was Caleb?
Caleb, now his mouth can be a little, but Caleb was the sweetest kid you'll ever meet, sir. The sweetest kid.
Okay, he was real sweet.
He'll never harm anybody else. Of course, everybody talk a little smack every now and then. I do it myself. I'm pretty sure you do it from time to time, but any other than that, Caleb didn't have no problems with anybody, not that I know of. Basically, I was his only kind of brother figure in his life.
Right.
And he was kind of only mine because me and him used to go on vacations and I went out there with stuff like that. Like I was telling him, I didn't know too much about Caleb's social life. All I knew is when I come out there, it would just be me, him, and his friends.
Right.
So like with your homeboys at high school, y'all sit around, joke around, play basketball, talk about girls, stuff like that. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Right.
Although detectives let him go, they had a hunch that Javari was hiding something behind his friendly face. They would soon find out that there's...
Javari's words, calling Caleb the sweetest kid, feel like a punch to the gut. He's lying through his teeth and the detectives know it. It's not just deception, it's a cold, calculated act. Legally, this is where they're building the case, fishing for cracks in his story. But emotionally, It's infuriating. How? Do you sit there knowing you destroyed a family and with fake innocence? His calm demeanor screams sociopathy. Let's see how Raheem's confession unravels Javari's web of lies.
Involvement in the burglary and implicated Javari in the brutal murder of his family.
Okay, so now you guys are at the front door, and he tells you what again?
To go inside the house because he's not going to come out if you see 3 people.
Okay. And so you and Quez are waiting at the side of the house. What are you guys talking about when you're on the side of the house? Seriously, I mean, you're probably like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me in your own words, what did he say to you?
I said, what are we doing? He said, just be quiet and wait for him. I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. Then when he came to the door, he snatched him, and I just...
Well, I mean, you say snatch. Just tell me, like, real simple terms. Did you see him put his hands on?
No. I just guess he snatched him because when I heard it, I came around the corner.
Okay, now is the front door closed when you come around the front?
I never came. I came to the front of the corner.
Okay. I understand.
And then I looked. He had him in the front of the yard on the ground.
And so when you say he's on the ground, who's on the ground?
Javari and Caleb.
Okay, are they fighting?
No, he was just holding him on the ground.
Okay, who's on top?
Javari.
Okay, so Javari is physically just holding down, or has he got his knees on him, or how would you describe it?
Got it. Holding his hands on
Okay.
Holding his hands behind him.
Okay, is he asking you to help him, or how does that work?
He asked me to help him. I said, if no. Mm-hmm. And I just stood in the bush and I sat down. Then the other boy helped him. They tied him up. I started shaking.
Okay. When you say tie him up, I think rope, but what did they tie him up with?
Tape.
Okay. There's all kinds of tape. What color was the tape?
I guess duct tape because it was gray.
Okay, so you're saying duct tape because it's gray or silver. Would you say silver or gray? Gray, silver, but it's shiny. Okay. When he ties him up, what hands or what part? Can you show me?
Tied him up like this.
Okay. So his hands are like this?
No, like this.
Okay, like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other tape, or he just tapes them all the way around like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's he saying to him at this time?
He just kept on saying,
Caleb is saying this?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, what's Caleb saying? He's got to be saying...
And he was just like, why? You better be playing. Mm-hmm. Then when I was sitting in bushes, I seen him walk past with him.
Okay. Now, is he dragging Caleb, or,
He's walking him.
Okay, he's walking him. Okay. And what's he saying to him?
Telling him to be quiet.
Okay.
Javari had murdered the entire Short family and tried to stage the perfect burglary. However, his evil plan was doomed to fail, as Raheem would soon reveal exactly how and when Javari devised his sinister scheme.
Guida and him, they go inside the house.
And
Quez, okay. And you stay outside. Did they tell you stay here, be the lookout, or why do you stay outside?
I didn't want anything to do with that.
Okay. Did they ask you to come in?
Yeah, they kept on telling me come on. I kept on saying I don't want nothing to do with it. That's not what I came here for.
Okay. If I had asked you what you did go there for, what would you say?
He said to go see what he got for Christmas.
Okay. So you're in the bushes. Do you see anybody drive by?
No.
Okay, so you don't see any lights or anything?
No.
Okay. How long were they inside the house for?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes? Okay. What do you hear? You hear any noises?
Mm-mm.
You don't hear anybody screaming?
No.
Raheem's confession is a gut-wrenching turning point. He saw Javari pin Caleb down, heard the fear in Caleb's voice, yet stood by. It's not just about guilt. It's about how jealousy twisted Javari into a monster. Legally, Raheem's testimony is gold. DNA, stolen cars, timelines, it's what nails Javari. But as humans, we're left asking how a teenager becomes this heartless. Killing a child, a grandmother? It's beyond comprehension. Let's watch Javari squirm as the detectives close in, knowing his lies are crumbling.
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
The detective is pushing him to admit his guilt, but he lies through his teeth without any remorse. He even challenges the detectives and refuses to take DNA tests, but his struggle to keep his secret buried was soon about to fall apart.
I just get a vibe about you, and some just keep telling me that things not adding up here, man. I don't think you're being truthful with me.
I'm being 100% truthful with you.
I don't think you are. I don't think you are. I've been doing this, for some time now, speaking with people, and some things you telling me, it don't make it's not adding up. It's not jiving.
Well, I'm telling you what I know,
Mm-hmm.
and from what I have done with Caleb,
Mm-hmm.
and as far as being around him and stuff like that.
Well, I think you know more than what you're telling me.
I honestly don't.
I do. And deep down inside, you may know why I feel that way.
Not really. As far as you asked me where my whereabouts were, I told you. My grandma can vouch for me.
Is there anything you want to get off your mind? Anything you want to get off your chest?
No, sir.
Anything you want to get off your heart?
No, sir. Sitting here looking you eye to eye as a man.
Mm-hmm. As a man.
I don't have nothing to hide. I mean, like, if you don't believe me or whatever, I mean, that's just how you feel.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Eye to eye.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing I know about this. Nothing.
So a person like you want to do that?
No, sir. Never, ever. Can harm nobody.
Person like you want to kill an innocent child?
No, sir, I would not.
Person like you want to kill a grandmother?
No.
A caring person like Miss Gloria?
No.
Person like you want to kill Caleb?
No. Been straightforward with you since the first moment I walked in here.
It's about 100% clear now that Javari is truly a pathological liar. At this point, it's quite shocking to see that he still shows no trace of remorse. This attitude strongly hints at sociopathic tendencies. Still refused to provide the missing details, keeping much of the story unrevealed. On January 12, 2016, Javari was arrested based on the evidence gathered from his grandma's house. It's regrettable to see that all three of the perpetrators of this case were juveniles. In 2018, Javari Tapley was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Raheem Gibson was sentenced to 30 years in prison, and Rufus Burks was sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences. In the courthouse, Caleb's sister Shamika confronted Javari, showing him a picture of him, Caleb, and Gigi swimming together in the pool. However, Javari showed no remorse, making it clear that his actions were driven by jealousy and was still consumed with rage. Javari was loved by Gloria and her family. He also spent the summers with the Short family. Despite being unconditionally loved by the Short family, Javari chose to destroy this sweet, close-knit family out of his jealousy toward Caleb. But was it jealousy, or did Javari have a sociopathic side that no one knew about? If Caleb was the reason, why did Javari brutally kill his mother and Gigi? How could Caleb have never seen this dark side of his cousin? Or was it simply the love that blinded the Short family, making
Shemika's confrontation in court, holding that photo of happier times, breaks your heart. Javari's lack of remorse is chilling, a final stab at a family that loved him. Life without parole feels just, but does it heal? The Short family's love blinded them to Javari's darkness. Was it jealousy or something deeper, more sinister? This case leaves us questioning trust, family, and the human heart. What do you think drove him? SFX. Melancholy piano. Sad category. Background, 18 dB.